Hey, Jose Monkey, can you find me?
You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm Jose Monkey, and I find people who ask to be found. This video shows us a really interesting location, and I'm glad I have a chance to tell you guys about it. It's also a really good example of how small details in the background of your video can reveal way more than you might think. Let's take a look at the video.
Hey, Jose Monkey, can you find me?
So what can we see? This person asks to be found, and they appear to be standing on a bridge. They turn the camera around and show us this waterway below that appears to have gates on either side of it. I suspected it was some sort of lock. What's a lock? Good question. I'll talk about that more in a minute. As they keep turning, we can see a sign here that advises people that this area is closed to the public. I'll come back to that. They turn all around and show us the rest of the area, coming all the way back around to show us a group of people in a small boat that is making their way through this passage. And that's about it. Now, as I said, I suspected that what we're looking at here is a lock. A lock is a mechanism for raising and lowering ships between two stretches of water at different levels. If you imagine, for example, a river that has one side that is very high and one side that is very low, with a steep drop-off in the middle, that cannot be easily and safely navigated by all watercraft. A lock solves this problem by constructing a chamber in the middle where the water level can be raised or lowered, so that a boat can move from the higher section to the lower section or vice versa. So it's kind of like an elevator for boats. Yeah, that's a good way to think about it, Chad. By the way, you may recall that I found someone near the Minden Lock in Germany back in Season 2, Episode 54. I suspected that this particular lock was somewhere in the United States, but I figured that it could possibly be in Canada. There are over 200 locks in operation all across the United States, so that information alone was not going to reveal a location. Fortunately, there's a small detail here that does. If we look closely at this close to the public sign, we can see that there's a second line of text near the bottom. It looked to me like it had a URL on it that said somethinglocks.org, which isn't too surprising. It didn't take me too much Googling to figure out that it probably said Fox Locks. According to their website, the Fox River Lock System is the only fully restored hand-operated lock system in the United States. Located in northeast Wisconsin, the system comprises 17 locks on the Fox River. And one of the images I saw on their website looked suspiciously like the place from the video. But I didn't know which of the 17 locks that was. Fortunately, they had a list of all the locks and their locations, so I just started checking them one by one. And I actually had to look at every single one of them, because you were at the last one on the list. You were here in De Pere, Wisconsin. Unfortunately, I could not find any Google Street View or user-submitted photos on Google Maps that were close enough to where this person was standing to confirm the spot, but Google Maps has a very robust 3D model of this area. And it was actually good enough that I was able to render views from the exact spot that matched the video very closely. So here are those buildings that we see early in the video. And then if we turn the camera to the right, we can also see that other large building we saw across the water later on in the video. Now, I suspect that it would have been possible to find this place even without that URL on the sign, but that definitely made it a lot easier. And just a reminder, that is the sort of small detail that people include in the background of their videos every single day. So be careful out there. Okay, it's time to check which previous location was closest to this one. And this time it was the place I found in Season 1, Episode 269 in Weston, Wisconsin. That's about 80 miles or 129 kilometers away from this spot. Guys, go check out the map of all the places I've found for you so far from the videos that you've sent me. And while you're on my site, maybe go check out my store or sign up for my Patreon. And if anybody else wants me to find them, record a video where you say, "Find me, Jose Monkey," or something like that on camera, or hold up a sign that says something similar. And don't forget to tag me in a comment on that video.